Good evening, my nostalgic travelers, and welcome to Mos Eisley, a place where the drinks are cold, the moral compass is missing, and the clientele looks like it's been assembled by a mad scientist with a deadline.
You recreated this place, and this is what you want to do with it? Roast the patrons? Man, that's a bold move.
Oh, Jody, this isn't a roast. This is anthropology. Because the cantina isn't just a scene, it's the moment Star Wars stops being a movie and becomes a universe. Here's the trick. The cantina doesn't even explain itself. You walk in and instantly feel it rules. 3, 2, 1. You walk in and instantly feel it. Rules you were never told. Don't stare. Don't touch. Don't insult anyone who looks like they can bite through a piece of steel.
So basically, a middle school cafeteria?
Oh, exactly, but with better music and more visible criminal intent. And that's why it works. It feels lived in, not polished, not clean, but alive! It's alive! See what I did there, Jody? And the reason this room feels alive is because the aliens weren't rendered in a computer. They were built fast by hand, under pressure. Among the makeup and creature artists involved in bringing the cantina's aliens to life were Phil Tippett, John Berg, and Rick Baker.
Wait, Rick Baker? The Rick Baker?
I first started doing makeup. I found that the kind of makeups I got the best reaction out of were like blood and gut stuff. I'd make my friends up with third-degree burns and big gashes, and they'd run home and their parents would just about die, and then they found out that it was just makeup and I would never be allowed to go in their house again. So it's not a good idea for kids to do this kind of stuff, but it was kind of fun for a while. That's the kind of stuff that got me interested in it, and, just to really get a reaction out of somebody because you did something and they believed it was real. And that's what intrigued me about the makeup.
I first met Rick when he moved in across the street, and I heard that he was a makeup artist. And I heard that he had some great masks in his house, and I went over to see him.
The mask like
Yeah, it's neat.
Let me put this one on the stand.
I see you have other Star Wars masks.
Yeah, not all of them are from Star Wars, but this one up here with his brain, that guy was one we made for Star Wars, only it was never used because the cuts didn't match, I suppose.
The very same, before the world knew his name the way it would later. He's here helping pack the room with faces you'll never forget. And here's what I love about the era of effects. Those artists weren't just making monsters. They were creating a population, a crowd, a believable ecosystem. Let's take a little tour, because this is basically a monster movie hiding inside a space opera. You've got creatures that look like they've evolved in deserts, creatures that look like they evolved in the swamps, creatures that look like they evolved in tax offices.
What does a tax office creature even look like?
Like it's about to audit your soul. Look at the variety. Heads, snouts, eyes, textures. And here's the secret. You don't get time to analyze any single alien. They flicker by, a glance, a silhouette, a moment. And that's brilliant because your imagination fills in the gaps.
So the flaws are the magic?
The canteen is scary because you don't get a good look. Even in a recreation like this, you can feel what they achieved. Handmade creatures have tiny imperfections, uneven symmetry, odd edges, subtle texture changes. Computers can make perfect, but perfect doesn't always feel true. Exactly. Too perfect feels like a product, but handmade feels like a person was there making choices, leaving fingerprints. And that's why this room and these creatures still hold up. It's tactile, it's physical imagination, and then the music. Not a heroic anthem, not a royal march, just a strange little swing, like the universe has its own underground jazz scene.
It's the only bar in the galaxy where the soundtrack says, hey, relax, but also maybe run.
Oh, exactly. The music tells you this place is normal for them, which makes it even weirder for us. The Cantina music makes the galaxy feel like it existed before the plot. From a storytelling standpoint, the Cantina is doing something sneaky. It's not just saying, look at our cool aliens. It's saying, Luke isn't special here. Han is not the weirdest person in the room. The world does not care about your destiny. Oh, McClunky, this is the universe with 1,000 lives happening off camera.
And that's why people still obsess over background characters like they're family members.
Because the film quietly invites you to imagine everyone's story. So when people say Star Wars feels different, this is part of the why. This isn't 3, 2, 1. This isn't shiny sci-fi. This is folklore with grime under its fingernails. And once you see the Cantina as a creature feature, you start noticing it everywhere. Because the Death Star isn't a space station, it's a haunted castle. A tragic ghost in armor.
And Vader is the ghost?
Alright, Cantina challenge. Which alien would you absolutely not make eye contact with?
All of them.
That's correct, Jody. Modern movies can show you anything, but the Cantina suggested a universe, and your imagination did the rest. I recreated this Cantina because it's not just nostalgia. So remember, always pay your bartender, and never trust a Jawa. Hit the like and subscribe button if you've not done so. Until next time, McClunky. Pleasant nightmares.